I'm super excited about today's sponsor. They've sponsored the podcast before, and this is a topic I'm super passionate about. I fear that us as girls struggle with PMS far more than we should, and we really shouldn't. I truly get the worst PMS symptoms. My boobs are sensitive, my face breaks out, my sugar controllings are out of whack. I feel like I'm just a bottomless pit. My mood is not the vibe, and estro control has been super helpful in helping manage those PMS symptoms and making that time of the month a lot more enjoyable. Estro Control is a formula developed by Happy Mammoth, a supplement company dedicated to making women's lives easier. Say no more. Estro Control contains science-backed herbal extracts that help support hormonal health, especially if you are someone like myself who struggles with PMS. It was created to help women feel like themselves all month long and to not struggle with the feelings PMS can cause. For a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use the code Allana at checkout. That's happymammoth.com and use the code Allana for 15% off today.
Celebrity voice impersonation not an endorsement. Why go to a single furniture store when you can go to Big Sandy Superstore? Shop and compare America's top 5 mattress brands, plus Nectar and Purple. And choose from over 22,000 in-stock appliances from the top brands at the guaranteed lowest price. Or furnish the room of your dreams with a large selection of American-built furniture. With financing plans for just about anyone, there's nowhere else quite like it. Big Sandy Superstore.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Today's sponsor of Morning Ray is Let's Make Art. I'm a huge fan of journaling, and there's this cool thing that Let's Make Art has, which is called art journaling. So think of taking an artistic approach to your daily or weekly journaling practices. They have free weekly art journaling tutorials by art journaling artists and instructors, and everyone can join with their supplies at home, grab the pre-packaged kits, or get all the videos first with an art journal box subscription, which I think is so cool. They also have watercolored subscription boxes. I know a lot of my friends love to have paint nights, so this makes it super easy. They provide all the tools. You don't need to go out and buy separate things. It's super easy, and it gets delivered right to your door. If you want to receive 20% off your first order, I have a unique link that you can shop at. So that link is zen.ai/morningray, and that's going to give you 20% off your first purchase at Let's Make Art. They have so many different things. Let me know what you pick up. I'm a huge fan of the journaling art kit. It's super cool, and I think it's a fun way to spice up your journaling, especially if you're getting bored. You guys know that I've been trying to get back into it, so I definitely want to check that out. But make sure to go to zen.ai/morningray to get 20% off. Enjoy the rest of the episode. And thank you, Let's Make Art, for sponsoring today's episode of Morning Ray.
The following podcast is a GreenFresh media production.
Hello, good morning, angels, and welcome back to Morning Ray. I'm your host, Allana, and I'm fresh out of LA, Scottsdale, West Coast, baby, and that trip was just incredible. I was on a high the whole time. It was just so great to be back with Trin and Kales, and to be back with Kate, and to be in the warm weather and the sunshine. I feel like I definitely brought some sunshine back with me to Toronto. It is definitely a bit warmer and sunnier here. We are seeing a lot of positive temperatures, no more negatives, which I'm super happy about. I feel like winter went by really, really fast.
which I'm very, very, very happy about. Some life updates before we get into this episode. I'm sure if you saw in the title, it's another episode on body image. I felt called to speak on this because in LA, I definitely was going through a bit of a rut with my body. I was like going through waves where I felt really confident and happy in my skin, but then some nights, like towards the end of the trip, I definitely felt a lot of self-comparison, self-doubt, lack of confidence going on, and low body image. So I felt like I should talk about that because I know how common it can be for teenage girls, young girls, girls around my age, even guys. So if you're listening to this and you're clicking on this episode because you might be feeling some sort of way about your body, just know you are not alone in feeling this way. So many people, no matter how confident they come across, feel this way. But before we get into the bulk of the episode, you know, I love to do my weekly intention. So my weekly intention for this week is to get back into my workouts. I haven't worked out since being home. I didn't work out that much while I was away. So I just want to get back into my routine. It's really easy to stay off of routine and to fall out of your good habits after a vacation. So I gave myself a week. We are going to kick things into gear, and I actually plan on filming a little vlog of how I'm doing that for my YouTube channel. So definitely check that out. It's always linked in the show notes. It's just Allana Blumberg, but my weekly intention is to get back into a workout routine that feels good to me. I really want to run. I haven't been running, and now that the weather's nice, I really have no excuse. So we're going to get back into our running game. I actually am coming up on my 1-year anniversary of starting to run, which is insane. Like, how the fuck has it been a year? Like, wow, that just blows my mind, but I'm really excited to get into running. I don't know if I'm going to end up doing the Lululemon 10K. I'm going to have to train for that maybe. We'll see what happens, but my weekly intention is to get into my workouts. I really want to lean into hot Pilates and running this week. Just like lean into low impact movement, maybe one HIIT class. And I'm also doing spin on Monday when you're listening to this. So just like get back into gear. And then tip of the week is to hold yourself accountable. Find a workout buddy when you're feeling like in a rut. So for me, it's my friends that I work out with at this studios that I go to in Toronto, and having them come to workout classes with me so that I can't cancel, and also scheduling workouts because that will help hold me accountable. Into my current faves, I'm sure you got the vibes from all the posts and videos on TikTok that I was posting and my vlog from LA, but I'm absolutely obsessed with cargo pants and wide leg pants. I really want the local European wide leg pant. Trin and Kaylee both had it. I'm obsessed, and I've been seeing it on everyone, and I want them so bad, just waiting for them to come in stock in my size. I want the black, I want the white, I also want the cargo pants, I want everything local European. I also am really into bustier and corset tops. If I could get the Danielle Grigio, or there's I think that's the name. I could be butchering that. Or there's another brand. I forgot the name. Kale and Trins know it all. Clearly, I'm out of the loop on that stuff. But like the corsets that like Maggie and Emma McDonald are always wearing, I'm obsessed with them. They're really expensive, but I really want one. I actually found a dupe at Zara, and I'm going to place an order. I just really like the thick straps, square neck corset top vibe. I also love this leather bustier top that I borrowed from my friend Shayna. It's from Aritzia. It's stunning. Love that. But just like the cargo pants with the corset tops are just, it's a vibe. It's a look. Also very much into heels again. I've been a sneaker gal for as long as I can remember, especially in the pandemic. But I'm going to be honest, it felt really good to wear heels again. And I kept my Steve Madden heels from high school and university, and they're definitely back in. It's like the really high platform and really thick heel. Like they are the vibe right now. Like the Bratz doll heels. Absolutely love them. And they're my favorite. So I'm really happy those are back in. I really want also square toed heels. Kaylee had a really nice pair from Steve Madden that looked like an Alexander McQueen pair, I think. but they were really nice. They were black strappy heels with little rhinestones around the edges. I'm also still obsessed with Skims everything. I'm obsessed with the underwear. I'm obsessed with my bra. I got a Skims little tube top bralette situation bandeau, which I really like. And I'm also obsessed with pastel nails. I currently have Who is the Artist by OPI on my nails, and my friend Kenzie, I was just at brunch with her. She had these pastel purple nails, which I really liked how they looked, and I think I'm gonna ask her what color it was and get them on my nails because my nails are chipping and they are in need of some love. You guys know that I am obsessed with moisturizing. I love my body lotion. I love my face moisturizers, my lip balm. Anything moisturizing, I am here to use it. And I've been using this brand for as long as I can remember. I kid you not, grew up on this brand. And I'm so grateful to say that this episode of Morning Ray is brought to you by Aveeno Canada. From the #1 body lotion line in Canada comes the new Daily Moisturizing for Face line. Aveeno's Daily Moisturizing Lotion now has even more to love. With the same prebiotic oat you know and trust and the same 24-hour moisture, now with a new lightweight feel made specifically for your face. The Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Collection for Face is designed to feel lightweight and helps dry skin feel hydrated. Get healthy looking skin in just 2 steps. First, wash away dirt, oil, and other impurities with the Daily Moisturizing Facial Cleanser, then moisturize dry skin for 24 hours with the Daily Moisturizing Face Cream. You guys know I'm all about skincare. I'm all about that glow, that natural glow, and this line is perfect for just that. 2 easy steps. It doesn't need to be complicated. If you want to try out the collection today, it is available at any food, drug, and mass merchandisers nationwide. Thank you, Aveeno Canada, for sponsoring today's episode of Morning Ray. But let's get into the bulk of the episode. I want to give a little disclaimer. If you struggle with body image or have had a previous history of disordered eating or an eating disorder, I would maybe tap out of this episode. I'm not sure if it's going to be triggering. Again, I kind of have ideas of what I want to discuss, but I just don't want to trigger anyone. So if you feel uncomfortable with any of that, there are not hundreds. There are quite a few other episodes of mine that are up. I have over 70 episodes that you can go and listen to, so definitely go listen to one of those. I don't want to trigger anyone, but I do think this is an important conversation. It may help you, but let's get into it. So my current relationship with my body, I feel like I've come a really long way, and I don't want to discredit that, but I've definitely have been feeling a little bit lower and been struggling with a lot of self-comparison, like comparison to my past self, my past body, and how it used to look in my clothes and feel in my clothes and how I used to look in photos, and then comparison obviously to friends or the media, people I look up to, and seeing photos of them online or even just seeing other girls in the streets. I can definitely see how LA can be a toxic place. There's so many bloggers and influencers and influential people who have different figures, and it can draw a lot of self-comparison and self-doubt and cause a lower self-esteem. There's so many beauty standards that are still being held, and being around that all the time is definitely a lot. Obviously that's everywhere, but I just feel like it was so much more in LA, and maybe it was because we were taking so much content, like I don't know, but I've definitely been feeling a bit in a low. I feel like my clothes don't look that good on me. I feel like I need a whole new wardrobe, and I even texted my mom on the trip, like I either need to get all new clothes or I need to lose weight so that my clothes look good on me, which is like really not cool. Like I don't need to lose weight. Would it be, can I? Sure, but I shouldn't have to feel like I need to. Like I'm very healthy. I'm a healthy weight. I'm a healthy girl. I'm strong. It's just really hard sometimes, and it's a shitty feeling when you don't feel super confident and you let the best of like the beauty standard get to you. And I know I do still have thin privilege, but it's really hard not to compare when you used to be smaller, or you used to like have like more defined stomach or smaller arms or smaller thighs. Like my thighs have always been an insecurity of mine, and my pants are a bit tighter right now, and I could go and get more pants, but obviously like I can't just like drop and spend hundreds of dollars every single time my weight fluctuates, which is really frustrating. So that's kind of where I'm at now. I feel really confident in some clothes. I'll feel really confident looking in the mirror, which I know a lot of people don't even have that confidence, which really hurts me and upsets me. And I try to speak really nicely to myself. Like, I'll feel good in the mirror, and then I'll see a video of myself or a photo of myself, and I know it's just like the angle or whatever, like I'm relaxed, or the lighting is like a huge thing, and I'll just like feel so insecure and down on myself and not like what I see. And it's shitty. It's a shitty feeling. And I know social media is a highlight reel, and I'm sure you guys are probably like, what the hell, Allana? Like, you've been posting fire photos, or you look so good on Instagram or whatever. Like, I don't see what you see. But yeah, like the photos like I posted, like I like how I look in those photos, but there are so many other photos behind that which I don't like how I look, and I feel insecure, and I feel like I have a double chin, or my arm is too big, or my stomach doesn't look toned enough, or my legs look too big. Like, my thighs have always been an insecurity point for me, or I have a roll on my back because I'm meant to have fat on my body and it's there to protect me, but it's really hard to not want it there and to want to be super slim and this like idealistic standard that everyone wants, like the thin white privilege that so many girls aspire to have due to the beauty standard that society sets. And it can sometimes start to affect my relationship with food, because when we feel out of control with how our body feels, we look at what we can control, and we can control what we eat and what we put into our body or what we don't. And it's really easy, especially when you have had disordered eating in the past, like I have, to want to lean back into those old habits, but at the same time I'm petrified of falling back into those old habits because I know how much food used to consume me and how I would be fearful of so many different foods. And I'm proud of myself for how far I've come, and I really just don't want to turn back and to rewind into those really bad habits. But I think that's really why it's so important to open up about how we're feeling about our bodies and what we're going through with body image to our support system, to our friends, to our family. I'm really grateful that I have such a close relationship with my mom, and that I can talk to her about these things, and that I can talk to my friends about it, and they can snap me out of it and try to push me in the right direction. I know it's gonna take a lot of self-work to work through this, and that's why I love journaling and affirmations. It really, really does help me. I noticed I've been leaning more into my affirmations app. It's called I Am. A lot of the affirmations I get sent are around self-image and self-love and body positivity, and I've really been encouraging myself to read those and to really try to believe and embody it myself. But I have been noticing like my relationship with food has been suffering a little bit. I've also been really anxious, so it's been really hard for me to eat. And I'm just trying to do my best because I don't want to fall back into those bad toxic habits, those unhealthy habits that aren't sustainable and aren't healthy, because we're just better than that. Like that girl, being hot girls, like we got to eat and fuel our body, and we got to treat our bodies with respect and treat it how we would treat our daughter or our friend. Like, we wouldn't want them to not eat, to starve themselves, to limit their intake, or to have this diet culture mindset, right? So really encouraging yourself to nourish yourself with whole foods and foods for the soul and foods for the body, like everything. I feel like, ironically, this time around with this like low wave of body image, my relationship with exercise hasn't really been impacted. Like, I don't feel this need to overexert myself like I have in the past. I've actually haven't worked out since last Saturday. It's currently Friday, and I didn't work out much on my trip like I mentioned, and I don't feel any guilt or shame around that, which I'm going to pat myself on the back for that, because that is so much self-growth in itself. Before, I used to be fearful that if I didn't work out every single day or move in some sort of way, that I was going to miraculously gain all this weight, which is so far from the truth. But I guess here is the light in the darkness. My relationship with exercise isn't impacted, and I have a still really healthy relationship with exercise, which I'm so proud of myself for working towards and achieving and maintaining, even through a low spell of feeling low about my body, I'm focusing on what feels good to me and what I know makes me feel good mentally, physically, spiritually, like all together. I'm not forcing myself to do all these intense workouts with the mindset of, if I do this really intense workout, it's going to give me that dream body and I'm going to lose all this weight and be super thin and etc. I'm noticed that this week because I haven't worked out as much. My mindset and my mental health has definitely felt a bit lower. It's felt a bit grayer, and I need exercise in order to give me those endorphins and to balance my mental health. So next week, I'm definitely going to be leaning into workouts that make me feel good, like hot Pilates at Jaybird and spin and running. Running is honestly my therapy. Even if it's just a kilometer that I run, or 2 or 3, or maybe I'm running 8, or maybe I strive for 10 one day, who knows? Just like moving my body and sweating and feeling good. And not punishing myself with exercise, not viewing exercise as a punishment, but viewing it and continuing to view it as something that makes me feel good and energized and a reward. I really want to touch on my relationship with clothes right now, because I think that is probably something that is impacting me the most right now. And I touched on this a little bit like a few moments ago, but I've gotten a lot of new clothes and I've become comfortable with acknowledging that I may not necessarily be a 0 or a 00 or a 2 anymore, or an extra small or extra, extra small. And maybe I'm a small or a medium, or sometimes I'm a large in order to fit my body. But being okay with that and learning to be okay that some of my old clothes might not fit me, or maybe they fit me but they're not as flattering on me anymore because my body is a different shape and look than it used to be. I was very lean and athletic looking before. Now I have a bit more curves. I'm a bit more womanly. I'm not a teenage girl anymore. So learning how to dress for that. And honestly, it's been really inspiring being around girls who dress in all different ways and dress confidently in that, and dress for their body type. Maggie McDonald, I feel like me and her have very similar body types. And she says she feels the most confident in baggy pants and a small shirt. And honestly, I feel that way too. Lately, I've been feeling so much more confident when I'm wearing like loose pants and like a tighter shirt, maybe more full coverage shirt, than when I'm just wearing tight everything or just tight bottoms, because my lower half of my body definitely is my insecurity point. And why am I going to wear clothes that make me feel insecure? Maybe at one point I felt really confident. Like, I used to love my Melinas, and to be honest, they just make me feel so insecure now. Like, sometimes I feel really hot in them, don't get me wrong, but my Melina leather pants from Aritzia, I just feel like it outlines my lower stomach. I don't like how it pulls on my butt and my thighs, and I feel so much more confident in my Ascendant pant, which are like these loose like cargo pants from Aritzia. I feel so much more confident in those. So just like leaning into wearing the clothes that I know make me feel good, as opposed to trying to fit myself into clothes that used to, because I'm not that same person anymore. Mentally, physically, it's different. So I think really learning how to dress my body in a way that makes me feel really good and shifting my mindset around that, to finding clothes that fit me opposed to clothes that I have to fit in, because that's not how it should be. And getting rid of the clothes that no longer fit, that I no longer like or wear, and that is like a game changer. Like, I went through my closet and got rid of everything and donated it and sold some of it, of the stuff that no longer fit me, that I was no longer wearing, that no longer made me feel good when I was wearing it. And that was a game changer. And I think I want to continue to do that and shift my wardrobe to be one that really reflects who I am right now and the clothes that make me feel good right now, so that I can continue to feel really good and confident in my own skin, because it sucks. It sucks to try to fit into those pair of jeans, or to wear those jeans that just fit like they're a little too tight, but they're making you so uncomfortable, or to wear that crop top that is cutting you off under your arms. Just being aware of that. And I feel like pictures have really shown this more to me. Like, I could feel really good in something, like looking in the mirror, but then I see a picture and it's like, oh, why was I wearing that? And it just sucks. And it just sucks a lot, but that's okay. And we're moving past that. And it's okay that not every single fashion trend works for your body. It's not supposed to. Like, it's not designed with every body in mind. And that's okay. And you don't have to follow all the trends. Like, certain things don't look good on me. Like, I can't really pull off the low rise pant. Like, I mean, I could, but I don't feel the most confident in it right now. Because I feel like with low rise stuff, like, your body is the accessory, it's the highlight, and I'm just not for that. That's not for me, and that's okay. And it's okay that not every trend works for me, but it's like learning to accept that and learning to know what works for you and for your body. And I feel like Maggie McDonald has really figured that out, and it's really inspiring to me. And just like letting go of that expectation that your body has to look perfectly polished and toned and sculpted all the time. Like, we're human. Our bodies are meant to have fat on them. They're meant to be lived in, and it's a vessel for our soul and for us to live and experience life. And it's really draining, like, being so consumed by how you look and how you want people to perceive you. And my goal for myself is to really let go of that again, and to just like focus on being present in the moment and being confident in my skin no matter what it looks, and just knowing that I'm so much more than my body. I'm so much more than how I physically look. People like me for me and my personality and my energy and my humor and my smarts and everything else besides my body. There's so many more other things that are so much more interesting to me. My body is the least interesting thing about me. And I feel like social media can sometimes lead us to forget that. So I encourage you to grab a sheet of paper and to write 5 things that you love about yourself that don't have to do with your body, and to also then write 5 things that you do love about yourself that maybe other people don't recognize that you do love about your body, and focus on those things. And hopefully it grows into loving yourself as a whole, because your body is just a vessel. It is just a vessel. It is not a trend. I'd like to thank Athletic Greens for sponsoring today's episode. You guys know I'm a huge fan of AG1 by Athletic Greens. I started taking it because I was looking for a one-stop shop in terms of getting all my supplements in. I love how when you have one delicious scoop of AG1, you're taking 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food sourced superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help start your day off right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, and aging. All the things which you know I love. I find it's so easy to incorporate AG1. I have first thing in the morning before my coffee. I feel super energized. I've noticed it helps my digestion. And I also know that I'm doing something good for myself right in the morning. I get everything in. It's super easy. I don't have to put it into a smoothie because it actually tastes good. It kind of has this fruity taste, a little bit of vanilla in it. And my friends have all loved it, of whom I've shared it with. They love it. And it's by far the best greens powder I've ever had. Right now, it's your time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just 1 scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills or supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs, which you guys know I love if you follow me on socials, to take on the go if you're traveling and whatnot. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/morningray. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/morningray to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. Thank you, Athletic Greens, for sponsoring today's episode of Morning Ray. Yeah. I feel like I'm starting to just like rant on a little bit, but we're going to go into one last section, and this is comparison. I feel like comparison is one of the biggest culprits of having a low or poor body image or feeling lack of confidence or self-esteem. It's really easy to want to compare yourself, especially I feel like girls in their 20s, like their bodies change again, and we forget that our bodies can't look like our teenage selves. They're not meant to be. We are now women. We have grown into womanhood, and our body is meant to change. I'm convinced there's a second puberty that happens between 18 to 22. And it's okay. It's okay to look different. You're supposed to look different than you did when you were 16, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20 even. You are supposed to look different. Like your mom most definitely doesn't look how she did when she was a teenager, let alone when in her 20s, and that is okay. And we need to stop comparing ourselves and speaking so negatively on ourselves because we look different. We're meant to look different. We're meant to change. Our bodies are aging. Aging is hot. It's sexy. It's men like curves. Like we love curves. Like you love like the Kardashians. Like I feel like they help me embrace my curves even more. Like you don't need to be a stick. But if you are a stick and you don't have curves, it's also okay. Like everyone is meant to look different, and that's what makes the world so interesting. And that's what makes us all unique and makes us all uniquely beautiful in our own ways. I think it's also really important to let go of comparison to our friends. It's really easy to compare ourselves to our friends. Maybe at one point when we were younger, we were smaller than our friend, and maybe now we're bigger, and that's okay. And we're not meant to all be the same size all the time, and we're all in different aspects of our lives, and we're all beautiful in our own ways. And it's also really easy to sit and compare ourselves to celebrities or influential people and the photos that we see of other people online. Online is such a highlight reel. I will repeat this time and time again. It is a highlight reel. You are not going to post a photo of yourself that you hate online. You're only going to post the photos that you really like or love, for the majority and most of the time. So it's really important to remind yourself that these are people's highlight reels, and they don't look like this 24/7. We're not all perfectly posed mannequins over here. We're human, and it is okay if we're not perfectly sculpted and posed, and we don't have a super defined jaw or super defined stomach, or slim this, slim that, tone this. Just know that everyone is going through something to some capacity. And even if you look at someone online and you're like, oh my God, like their body is insane, blah, 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 like they could be having a low body image day like you. We all have our insecurities. We all have our low points. And that is okay. It is okay to have these insecurities, but it's not okay to hate yourself. And I want all of you to work on loving yourself more and appreciating yourself more, because life is too short to be so hyper-focused and fixated on how you look and appear to others. There are so many other things that are so much more important. And I know that when I started to let go of this obsession and fixation on myself and what I was eating and how I was moving, I started to live life so much more, and so I was so much happier, and still am happy. Obviously, I'm just going through a low spell right now, and that's okay. But I'm so much happier now, and I feel like my life has been so much more full and enjoyable and full of so many more memories, because I noticed when I was in my lowest moment of my body image, which was actually when I was my smallest, and sometimes I need to snap myself out of it because I'll compare myself to how my body looked then and how it's different now and how I wish my body looked like that. I spent so much time alone because I was so fearful of going out and drinking. I was scared of the calories from alcohol. I was scared of the late night drunk eats. I was scared of carbs. I was scared of ice cream. I was scared of having food that I didn't know exactly what was in it, because I was scared there's too much oil, there are too many carbs, too many calories, too much fat, this, that, and the other, because I was so scared of my weight fluctuating. I didn't want to be above a certain weight. I didn't want to be above a certain clothing size. And so I isolated myself, and I was so lonely, and I was so consumed by what I was eating that I couldn't just let go and enjoy myself and be present and be a good friend. It was so hard for me. But the moment that I started to slowly let this go and started to live life for me and live life to live life, I truly found happiness, and I found people that brought me happiness and added to my happiness. and just overall made me feel so much better and helped me maintain this positive relationship with myself and my body and food and exercise. So if you are going to take anything from today's episode, I know it was a little bit all over the place. Just know you are not alone in what you're feeling. It is okay to go through low spells of feeling unconfident or having low body image, but it is not okay to starve yourself, to restrict yourself, to overexert yourself in exercise, to have this negative relationship with food in your body. I want all of us to be healthy, hot queens and kings, and just to be thriving and to living our lives to its fullest, because we just got out of this pandemic. We're still kind of in it, but we're getting out of it and life is getting exciting again. And there are so many experiences we have yet to experience. And I don't want any of us to have those experiences taken away because we're so consumed by how we look or what we're wearing or how we look online or what food we're eating. So just know you are beautiful, you are confident, you are so much more than your body. Your body is your least interesting aspect of yourself. It is okay to look different. It is great to be different. You want to be different and unique, and clothes are meant to fit you, not the other way around. Find what works for you, even if it's not the trend. And I love you guys so much. If you liked today's episode, make sure to leave a rating if you're listening on Spotify. Leave a rating and review if you're listening on Apple Podcasts. That's how you can help support the pod. We are still in the top 25 or top 30, which is insane on Apple Podcasts, and it means so much to me. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I love you guys so much, and we'll chat soon. Bye, guys.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.